Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the FOMC meeting. I went long on a lot of assets last night in this pullback. I picked up a lot of orders and we're going to hope for the best for this. You know, there's a very small chance that we will get a rate cut today. It is basically zero, but if we do, it would be massive for the market. Now, we could also pump just on getting a nothing happening, right? If the rate goes up, that'd be really bad. I doubt that's happening. I think the chances of that are probably very low. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So this meeting is at what, 2:30? Yeah, 2 to 2:30 p.m. And then we'll have the press conference. So we get to hear Mr. Jerome Powell speak. Hopefully he's going to make my new year happy and say some good news. So I have opened up a lot of trades. I have my big Bitcoin trade that I've had open for a while. I opened up a trade on Litecoin, ETH, ENS, Solana, FET, BNB, ACT. This ACT trade ended up being pretty good. I'm up 70% already. I opened one Render, Move, AVAX. I had an XRP trade that I opened up about 2.88. That was a decent open there, and I have a couple other trades that have been bleeding for a while. I have a big SPX trade that's down a lot right now, but I was able to take a little bit of profit, so that's paying for the funding for me. And if you do want to sign up for Bitunix, use the link below. It's an amazing exchange. They have this really cool multi-asset mode that's kind of behind my head here, there you go. You can see you can deposit your spot on the exchange and you can use that towards your margin. So I have a bunch of spot in here. I have a bunch of BNB, Bitcoin, Doge, ETH, Sol, and XRP that basically counts towards my funding. So it's pretty cool. It just means that you basically have a very low chance of getting liquidated. Now, of course, I shouldn't have to say it, but leverage trading is extremely risky. Use low leverage and be very careful. You can lose a lot of money very quickly using leverage trading, but it's also been pretty enjoyable and pretty fun for me. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. You know, I definitely don't even get close to winning all of them, not even close. I'm definitely positive overall, which is good. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Now here's the odds of a rate cut in the FOMC meeting. It's basically 0.5%. Now, Trump has mentioned that he wants to put pressure on the Fed to lower interest rates. Interest rates basically determine, you know, the strength of our economy, right? So when the economy is getting worse, we cut rates. When the economy is getting better, we raise rates, and that's kind of how it goes. That's kind of the money cycle. So it says that you know, a day ago we had a 2% chance. Now it's only 0.5% chance. But the more important thing will be the Fed meeting. So, you know, Jerome Powell is just going to talk about what's going on in the markets, what he thinks is happening. We've been having a lot of different data come out recently, unemployment rates and all that stuff. We've had growth rates, and those will come out in the future, spending, etc., PCE, and then what else do we got here at the last one? Manufacturing PMI. So we basically are hoping for Jerome and the Fed to tell us that our economy is, you know, doing okay, but not amazing, and we're going to cut some rates, and that would be massive. I doubt that's going to happen. I have a feeling that it's just going to be no rate cuts, and then him just talking about how the economy is kind of holding up. We did have that big event, and I kind of want to talk about it. So let me grab it on X. I'll be right back. So there's a bunch of news that came out yesterday where people are saying that, oh, the Chinese developed this tech for $10 million, and it basically, pretty sure that it's confirmed that it was basically just a lie, right? So DeepSeek is not deep at all. It lies, stuff like that. But basically they had to lie about their GPUs because there is a trade freeze. So they weren't allowed to purchase these. I guess they're not GPUs, they're chips. But the chips that they're using, they were not allowed to buy. And so they basically lied and said, oh, we only had this many of these chips. And then, you know, the entire market sold off. I talked about this the other day, but it seems like most people are believing that they don't, you know, here we go. It is a fraud. It says it was trained by OpenAI when asked about how many individual GPIs it used. Basically, they copied ChatGPT. But there's a bunch of people saying that, you know, they actually had a lot of chips and that, you know, yeah, here we go. Here's one that says They bought 50,000 NVIDIA H100s and are lying about how much they spent. Basically, you know, they weren't allowed to buy them, so they said they didn't buy them. So that means that they only spent whatever they said. I think it was a couple $1,000,000. So it freaked out everyone because they're like, oh my God, they were able to build this AI for nothing, and it outperforms. And then we find out a couple days later that maybe they lied, and maybe that's not correct. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with this. I doubt they're going to come out and say, oh, yeah, you know, we lied about this, because it's kind of like overstepping on not tariffs, but trade, you know, embargoes or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, what comes out of that. But yeah, we'll kind of just see what happens today. I'm looking forward to the meeting just to hear what he has to say. And I think a lot of people are on edge. And I think that's why the price has kind of just been kind of just hanging out, right? So we've kind of lost a little momentum. You can see kind of if you look at the volume is kind of going down, but the price is also going down. So at least the price isn't rising and the volume going down, because that usually means we're about time for a correction. But we are losing a little bit of volume. I think people are just waiting for the Fed meeting and kind of waiting for Jerome to say his spiel on what's going on. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot depending on what's going to happen here, but we'll see. We will see. So if he has some good news, that'd be sweet. If he could throw us all a bone here and get rid of quantitative tightening and start easing and start, you know, printing money and lowering rates, that would be the best scenario for everyone. And we'll kind of see what happens here. So let's look at Bitcoin dominance. It actually pulled up all the way almost to the 60%. We're basically topped out on this yellow bar, this resistance bar that we've been on for a while. We retested it back here, 1220, and then now 130. Basically, we retested this line again. The others, the smaller market here. So I guess I'll just go to my normal chart here. So here is others. So this is the top, all of the crypto market except for the top 10. You can see we keep retesting this line down here at 303 billion. This candle right here kind of looks a little similar to this candle here. Hopefully we get another pump, and all we need to really do is break through this and get up here above this 380 billion, and I think we'll be on our way to an all-time high for the altcoin market. Now this, you know, could happen tomorrow, or sorry, today, or it could happen, you know, 2 months from now. So there's no, it's kind of a gamble no matter what. But altcoins have been bleeding for quite some time. So if we do see a change in, you know, quantitative tightening and it turns to quantitative easing, and that usually just sees risk assets blast off. So that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're waiting for. And once that happens, usually altcoins do quite well against Bitcoin, right? And so it doesn't mean that Bitcoin goes down, but sometimes Bitcoin goes up and altcoins go with it. So we'll kind of see what happens here. AI cryptos have been doing quite bad. I mean, Render, especially from this DeepSeek thing, here's the big dump from that. But I mean, Render hasn't put in an all-time high since almost a year ago. And it's been bleeding. You know, Render is down, you know, 57% from, you know, just a year ago, and then FAT is probably down even more. What do we got here? We got we're down 72%. Ouch for FAT. All the mergers kind of hurt them, but anyways, that's going to be it for the video. I just want to talk about my expectations for the day. I took a massive gamble today and opened a bunch of long positions, as I showed you. If you do want to sign up for Bitunix, use the link below. It gives you a nice discount on fees, and they have a bunch of campaigns and welcome bonuses. You can get up to $5,500. They have these trading competitions where you can win things as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.